Yo, today I've got a review of the new Kid Cudi album, Entergalactic. Kid Cudi, you know, the man that made Men on the Moon 1, which honestly is one of my favorite albums ever, I think, and he's back with a TV show and an album to go along with it. He did say that he's retiring from music to focus on TV, so this sort of is like a send-off to his music career, and after hearing this, I'm not gonna lie, I think it's time. Cudi hasn't always been the most consistent artist. He's had great projects like the album from the Men on the Moon trilogy, but also a few misses throughout his career, like big, heavy misses. This project, sadly, is one of the weak spots in his discography. The general sound is very spacey. I mean, given the name, you know, you'd expect it to be like that, Entergalactic, but it's a lot more bland than what he's done before. Cudi isn't a stranger to this sound, and he's done it a lot better in the past. For example, on Man on the Moon 3. On Man on the Moon 3, it still felt like more trap-like production, but it was also pretty spacey, intergalactic if you would call it, and you know, I think that project is pretty solid. But here it just sounds like throwaways from that album. Like, genuinely, it sounds like a deluxe. There's a lot of tracks here that I think are a bit too slow for their own good, and I do prefer the more upbeat ones. Like the track Maybe So. It's an okay song, but it's just a bit too drowsy and too bland for it to be pulled off and be good, at least in my opinion. But probably my biggest complaint on this project is Cudi himself. It sounds like there is no passion for music anymore in Kid Cudi. It just sounds like Kid Cudi doesn't exist anymore. And I think that's pretty much confirmed by Cudi. He's moving on to other things and leaving music behind. It doesn't really feel like he tries here vocally. It sort of sounds like he relies on his humming to carry him throughout the album on the slower tracks and the more spaced out ones, which, I mean, there is a lot of them. On so many tracks here, it just sounds like he doesn't even bother. I kind of like the songs where it sounds like he's actually trying. I don't know what changed from Man on the Moon 3 to this, but his performances on Man on the Moon 3 were good for the most part, I feel like, but here that doesn't seem to be the case, even though it's still going for the same vibe. I mean, let's take a look at the track that has the same name as this album, Entergalactic off Man on the Moon 1. Listen to Cudi on that. He sounds energized, he sounds like he actually cares, there's a charm to his vocals, like, come on, bro.
Get ready, pop it, let's go.
Like, you can't just not catch a groove to that or sing along. Here, even the most upbeat tracks don't have that type of feel or vibe to them. It sounds extremely bland in comparison from start to finish. There aren't any real highlights, it just kind of exists. It's just there, you know, just kind of floating. Pretty much no songs stand out. I can look at the track list and point out, yes, that one there, that was a great song. I like that song a lot. There's moments I like on certain songs, but that's followed by something really bland, or there's something I straight up don't like. I know that I've been very negative so far, so let me mention something that I did like. The mixing here is actually really good. I found that these songs sound pretty high production. It was easy on the ears at the very least. It wasn't very long, it was only about 42 minutes, not including the bonus track, and I like that it follows a theme and it's at least consistent lyrically and musically. I wish the latter was maybe not the case, as I would have liked to see something more out there, but I think we've got to take into account that the purpose of this album was probably for the TV show first, and then it as a piece of music second. From what I've been hearing, the album complements the show pretty well, and the show is decent. I'm yet to watch it, and I don't know if I will, but if that was his main point with this album, it seems like he accomplished what he wanted, maybe? I don't know, I haven't seen it, so that's just what I've been hearing, okay? And to be fair to him, I think this project would actually sound a lot better if you were intoxicated, either high or drunk, given he probably made it in that state, let's be honest. But hey, I didn't listen to it in that state, and I feel like music shouldn't only sound good when you're high or drunk. It should be able to hold its own, like, you know, I'm really grabbing at straws here, trying to find positives. There are a couple of tracks that I thought were decent, don't get me wrong, but nothing to blow me away, nothing to keep my attention to the album. Like, I zoned out multiple times listening to this. Nothing to go, wow, this is great too. I just didn't find a track like that. At least it makes for pretty good background music, I will say that. I found it to be okay in that environment, but it probably depends on your mood, and I mean also time of day. To be honest, I can't imagine playing fucking, I don't know, something like Fortnite at 5 p.m. on a summer day and listening to Entergalactic by Kid Cudi. It's just not really the album for that. Before we get into my favorite songs though, make sure you like, subscribe. Alright, let's get into it. For my favorite tracks, I'll start with Do What I Want, the single from this project. One of the more upbeat songs here, and that's why I like it. It's got decent verses and a decent chorus. Angel, a slower track from the project that I actually like. I think it's a nice vibe, and you know, it's not an everyday song, but it's really good for like a late night session. You're just chilling, you want to play something soothing, you know, this is the song.
Such an angel in your halo.
And Livin My Truth. I really like the melody here, and I think Cudi does decent, as I like the chorus a lot.
This life goes on and on, yeah.
Entergalactic is extremely bland with very few innovative ideas, and it's way too spaced out for its own good. I'm gonna have to give this project a light 4 out of 10. But yeah, that's gonna be it for my review. If you liked the album, tell me why. If you didn't, also tell me why. I'm looking to hear your guys' opinions. I made a video where I rank every song from this album, so check that out if you want to. Please like and subscribe, that will mean so much to me, as that'll help push my video and my channel into the YouTube algorithm. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Peace.